All right, hey everybody out there, how are you guys all doing tonight? Time for some vamp. How has everyone been doing? Hope everybody's been trading very safe here. Listen, yes, I see the inverse head and shoulders. I see it. There it is. I can see it. I can clearly see it. Do I like it on a dying volume trend, right? Do I like this on a dying volume trend like this? I would have to, I'm just going to go with the no. Okay, I'm going to go with the no. But I do see it. I do see this inverted head and shoulders. And, where this could put us back, it's right now it's definitely in no man's land. But I do see this as an inverted head and shoulders, INV, H and S. Yes, I do. I don't like the volume here, right? I don't like the volume though. But I do see this. I see the inverted head and shoulders right here. It is nice. I don't like the volume. Usually in inverted head and shoulders, what you want to see is you want to see this as this leg comes up right here. You want to see this volume come up right here, right? And we're not, it just died off. It just took a poo-poo on us. It took a big poo-poo on us. So I don't like this as much, and I see anything that does crank up here would be just kind of rejected back down, right? Now, if this were an inverted head and shoulders, right? Oops, we should probably lock that baby in. If this were, this does roll out to be an inverted head and shoulders right here. You're going to be looking for a top up here in the 618, 786 area even, and then rolling back down, right? So if this is an inverted head and shoulders, you're going to play out something just like this. So we'll play this out as an INV in yellow. I'll switch this thing over to yellow. Okay. And then I can put up there INV target. So the INV target is going to be, I would say right up in here. INV target, right? So there'd be your INV target. If we are to run this baby up into here, I'd say something just like that. All right. Maybe get a nice wick up. Now I still am, and I'm going to go for my target. I'm going to go over my brand new chart here for everybody. Right, but right now I am going to, so let's pull this out. But I'm not much liking this. I'm not liking the here is the INV, H, and S. I am not liking this. The volume sucks. All right, so the volume kind of sucks right there. So volume is sucking. This is actually making more of a bearish flag for me, kind of, right? I mean, to me, this also is posting up a bearish flag. This freaking shit. Now my chart's getting really busy right here. I'm going to start taking some shit off of it. And, right, so, I hate it when I do that. Damn it. Give me this. All right, there we are. So, you start to go, is this doing something like this-y? I hate it when I do that. Damn it. So what happens when I have two damn charts up. Grr. All right, here we go. Something like this can be cooking right here, right? Right, this is kind of, plopping up some kind of a wedge, putting in some kind of a bigger, right? Putting in some kind of bigger and uglier, but I don't like it, right? I don't like this right here, so we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to hold that. I'm going to get rid of that. All right. So, there we go. All right. So we're going to leave this all just like this. All right, let me rip this off over here. 3560 is the CME close on Friday. Yeah, well, that would pull us right back up to the inverse head and shoulders chart for sure. Yeah, there's our heavy resistance area. All right, but here's the chart I want to go over. All right, so what I did is I created a chart. This is the daily chart using the using the Gauss trend line. And then this is our secret. It's our secret, our secret indicator. Hold on a second, I want to get this up over here. Boop. All right. So what I've got set up is this is kind of a historical pattern that's played out, right? So if you take a look over here, you'll see that here we broke deep, and I've got an orange box, right? So this orange box signifies how deep this break was, right? So this was one complete move right here. This is one move to the downside with a bounce. One move to the downside with a bounce. One move to the downside with a bounce. One move to the downside. Now I need to add this bounce over here. Okay, so here is they're bouncing. Okay, there's our bounce. That's our bounce. Not much of a bounce, but it's a bounce. All right, so what happened here is we had a very deep bounce, right? This is an extremely deep bounce, and then you see that you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's actually 6. See this white line down here? And there's a 7. It's here. It's way, there it is. There it is. It's over here. Look at it. It's up at 30,000 right now. It's crazy. It's way up there. So that's the very, very top of our trend line, and there's the very, very bottom of our trend right now, okay? So on the Gauss trend line, we know where the bottom can be, and we know where the top can be. So the top right now can be about 30K, and the bottom can be 11,000. Yeesh. 1100. 1150. All right, so as this has played out, this was a deep dump, right? Way below. So this is the blue is the mean. That's your center. The price action always wants to get back to the center. It always wants to stay hugging the center blue line. As it goes south, it comes back to the middle. As it goes north, it comes back to the middle. South, back to the middle. It just keeps bouncing back and forth. This is what this does. It is a trend. So this trend is, this blue line is always trying to stay in the center line. With the price. So the price wants to always be touching the blue line, or the blue line always wants to be touching the price, vice versa. So this was a deep way out. You've got L1, low 1, and L2, low 2. You've got then this is H1 and H2, right? This would be your L3 right here, and or bottom. So what happened was this is a very deep drop right here outside of all your main Gauss lines. Then this retraced up to just the blue area. So deep drop, weak retracement, right? Deep drop, weak retracement. It could only make it back up to what we'd call the zero line, right? Or the mean. All right. Here's a second drop. Now, this was a medium strength drop. This did break outside of your L2, broke outside of L2, made it all the way back almost to L2. A little stronger, right? A weaker dump. Right? A medium-sized dump, a super ugly dump, a medium dump, and then this made it a little bit farther back because the dump was weaker, so the retracement was stronger. Here, we did not break. We just poked on the bottom of the L2. This is a very weak dump, right? And you see we had a very strong retracement all the way back to the very top of the Gauss line. This would be H2. So this would be our high 2, and we get beautiful retracement. Now, since then, we have not retraced all the way down. Now, let me tell you what. So as you go along, and I'll get to the bottom chart, this was our tether pump, and I feel that, so each one of these is also marked on this chart down here. So if you take a look at this, these blue lines are your Bollinger Bands. Right? These are trend lines, and then this yellow line is the same as this blue line. The yellow line is your mean line, your center line. Okay, so this loves to play off the tops and the bottoms exactly like the Gauss trend line does. It loves to do just like the Gauss trend line chart does. So here what you see is you see this signifies of both of your moving averages. You get a lower high and a higher high, right? Now different up here, this is a double top. Right, you would have called this a double top, then a dump, right? You would have called this not a double top, but you know, a fifth wave maybe, and then this would have died on you right there, and then this would have been whatever it is. Okay, so this right here is very easy because check this out: you get the lower high followed by the higher high, then the dump. Lower high followed by the higher high, then the dump. Lower high followed by the higher high, then the dump. Lower high followed by the higher high, right? Hold on, clone, doop, right there. Then the dump, right? But when this dumped, it never had a chance to really take a turd on us and drop out. What happened was we got down here, and this should have fallen straight down. This is one of the anomalies of crypto right here because we had the tether pump. This tether pump came, well, I knew about it. I called it. A lot of other people were going short. I was going long on the tether pump. This was a beautiful play for us. We made a bunch of money on this. Then we shorted the living shit out of this, and it was a thing of beauty, right? So this was the tether pump right here. Now this anomaly tightened up this Bollinger Band. Look at this. This is like a colon, like a virgin colon right here. This thing just got really, really tight. So it was moving along, and then all of a sudden this thing just got tight like a tiger, and as it was moving here. Now, very interesting. As this played out, this should have given way right here. This tight colon style Bollinger Band should have broken here. We should have actually fallen out right here and headed to the downside and widened up this Bollinger Band. It never should have got tight like this. This was only because of the tether pump, right? So once we did finally break, and we broke to the south side, you'll see we put in an extremely low here, a super hardcore dump. Now, what's very important to recognize here is that when we did break a very significant level, you see this white line that I have chugging along right here. See the white line right here? Look at this white line. This white line chugs along right here. This is my support, right here at 40.1036. So look, tested it, bounced off it, tested it, bounced off it, hit it. This was our tether pump right here, right? Look at this. This bitch should have fucking snapped right here. This thing should have just let go. This should not have been a tether. This thing should have definitely let go and retraced to the bottom side. It didn't. Okay, this is exactly what that is. Then now here we are again. Our colon is tightening up one more time. We have reset ourselves. We are on the bear side. Now, being below the Bollinger Band right here is always kind of a good thing, you know, because your Bollinger Band, you're trying to get back in there. You're trying to get back into that. But we, once again, are right over the tippy top of this support level, right, which historically last time broke. It was a 3,000 point dump, right? So last time this Bollinger Band broke right here, okay, let me wind this baby up like this, right? The last time this Bollinger Band, look, here we are. We are on the bottom where the Bollinger Band is. The price action's on the bottom, right? It's right here. Okay, we're sitting right here on the price action, and then this just gave way. And when this gave way to the tune of about a $3,000 loss, a 50% loss in crypto. So we had a just an absolutely devastating drop here. Now the last few times we've done very similar. Here we were, down here, we hit this at the Bollinger Band line. But look at how well this all correlates with these two charts running together, right? So here's your dump, comes down. Look, we hit the bottom Bollinger Band, right? And we hit L2. So there it is. We line this up. We hit L2, just perfect, low 2, and we hit the Bollinger Band. Hit it for support. There's your bounce. Bounce, bounce, support. Bounced off the lower Bollinger Band, bounced off L2, you had double support right there. It was a thing of beauty. It fell down again, hit the Bollinger Band a second time. On the bottom side, hit the Bollinger Band, swooping here low. It did use this as support and resistance. It finally pulled back up, but the Bollinger Band held. Came over again. Here's your double top right here. Here's your double top for our second drop of this of the bear market. Well, this is probably our third drop of the bear market, but the second drop we're going to go over. Came down, hit the lower Bollinger Band right here. Look at that. Hit the mean line. Perfect. Support. Support. Very nice. Right? Fell one more time. It fell one more time. Look at this. Bam. Landed right here on the Bollinger Band. Hit the Bollinger Band. Hit this. And then the Bollinger, the Gaussian trend line actually held as the Bollinger Band held swooping down. You bounced off the right here, and you bounced off the Gaussian. Double support, thing of beauty, right? Right in there. Okay, now retest it again. Look at this. Hit the Gauss, bottom line. Hit the bottom Bollinger Band, nice, and bounced us up off of there. So this whole thing was held by double support. Support on the bottom, support on the top. Very nice. Now, come on over here. Let's take a look what happened, right? Fell out. We fell out. Our first hit on the Gauss, right down here on the Bollinger Band, just barely tapped the Bollinger Band, but we did hit support, right? And look at it, you hit the Gaussian support. And you hit the Bollinger Band, and you hit the support line. Very nice, beautiful little bounce out, cruising on over. Decides to fall out again, hits the Bollinger Band. This is when we got the pump. So instead of what should have happened, which this all is an anomaly and should disappear, not exist in crypto right now. This should all be gone, right? We should have just fallen straight out. Look, we landed on nothing. There was nothing here. Okay, there's just nothing here. This is all fucking bullshit. Everything inside of here is bullshit right here. Right? We didn't land on anything. Didn't land on anything here. We didn't land on anything here until we got down here. This was this tether pump. Tether pump brought us right back up. The top Gaussian line worked. The mean Gaussian line worked as resistance all the way across. We could never cross it. Finally, capitulation. We finally had our first event of capitulation. When we had this first event of capitulation, Vamp came in here 2 months ago, December 3rd, 2018. I drew this yellow squiggle line. I said, we're going to get sideways movement like this. I expect to see sideways movement. Sure enough, 2 fucking months later, right? 2 months later, sure enough, Vamp was right. I was exactly perfect on this sideways action. This is not the only chart I drew this sideways squiggle on. I have it on 2 other charts. I expected this sideways squiggle simply because we were so insanely oversold on way too many fucking indicators. I mean, shit was so deep, it was crazy, right? Like, we were so oversold, it was nuts. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm looking at this area. Right now, here we are. We fell deep just like this, right? We fell deep. Look, we only made it back up to the mean line right here. Okay, only made it up into the mean line, but we did a little double toppy here, right? So let's zoom in to this little picture right here where we're at right now. So right now, what happened was here was our deep drop out of our Gaussian trend line. Okay, you see the squiggles where I expected us to do the squiggle sideways action right here, right? And what happened was we were able to put in, a nice bounce, a second bounce to the Gaussian mean trend line, which was rejected, very nice. We put in a lower high followed by a higher high. We rode the mean line up on this indicator on the bottom side right here, rode the mean line, finally broke to the south side. So this is the first time we've broke to the south side. Now here's what's interesting. We're on the support. We're right above it. We are on the lower Bollinger Band, which is actually a support line. We are in the middle of no fucking where. We're right in the middle of nowhere. Right? Now, if we were right here on support with this candle, I would be like, boom, a good chance we go long right here. This would be a great opportunity to go long. We see double support. We got the lower Bollinger Band right there. We've got the lower Bollinger Band right there. We'd have this Gaussian trend line support right here, but we're right in the middle, right? This is super sucky, because this is just we have if this falls, if this gives way, right, I will look for support at 28.20, right? 31.30, 31.82 first, 28.20 next. It'll be that simple. I'll expect to see these two levels touched if we give way right here. If we give way, we're sitting on a lot of other charts that all show we're just hodling right on the support level, if not right below it. Okay, I mean right below it. At the same time, we're still sitting on support. So there's no reason this can't come right back up to the mean line here. This can't come right back up to the mean line here. A mean line touch would be 37.82, right? Would I expect for us to get any higher? Well, if we go back historically and look what happened last time, we pretty much did a double top right here, right? We pretty much did a double top right there, right? And I would now the thing is we've done a kind of a double top right here that I don't really like. I don't like, I don't love this. I don't like this. I'm not married to this being a double top, right? It definitely was a failed inverted head and shoulders, rejected by the Gaussian mean line. But right now, I don't like where we're at. I don't feel comfortable. Now, look, building bearish volume. I see a lot of people out there posting up a lot of charts, looking for 5,000 and shit like that. Man, I'm not, listen, 5,000 would be outside of the Gaussian trend line. It would be the largest reversal we've ever had, right? Look, down, never busted it, never busted it. All right, anybody posts a $5,000 reversal target, just get on Facebook, just call their asses out, just unfollow them now, okay? Unfollow them right fucking now. Anybody who's out there posting a $5,000 retracement, it would be absolutely historical. We got no ETFs. We got no volume. The retail buyer is dead right now. The only thing that we had, no backed. We've got exchanges dying, right? Coins getting delisted. Okay, well, you show me the good news. You show me a reason to buy Bitcoin right now. I'll be happy to buy some fucking Bitcoin right now. All right, but I don't see us getting back up over 5,000. This chart clearly says as this keeps going down, 47.11 is our tippy-toppy right now. That's where we're at, 47.11. Okay, there's no way we can get over that. This has never retraced higher than that, right? This is shown that. And what I would like to tell everyone is if you think this is going to 5,000, you need to just quit crypto right now, okay? Just quit crypto right now, all right? Because you're a miserable fucking trader, all right? I mean that in the politest of ways, okay? But listen, the good news is we want to get this over with as quickly as possible, okay? We want to get this over with as quickly as possible. We want to go deep, all right? There's very little to nothing holding us up. The retail buyer is out of the market right now. None of us trust any pumps. We don't trust any pumps at all. And you just go back here and you look at every single pump and look at this. Even this is tightening up. This is telling us a big move is coming. Right? A big move is coming, right? Hold on a second. Let me show you. Look at this. This is actually tightening up right here. Look at how big this is, right? Right? Look at how big this swoop. Look at this. There's that nice and wide, right? Nice and wide. We are starting to tighten. We want this to get nice and tight again, right? We want this to get nice and tight, right? Now, This is going to get ugly. This bust to the downside right here. I always tell you, you don't want to be low, you don't want to be high, you don't want to be in the middle. You want to be low, you want to be high, you don't want to be in the middle. So the good news right us for here right now is, well, the bad news is we can get some more fucking range trading. Another touch up to the mean line. Right? Okay, the only good thing right now is we have the futures mafia, and we all know the futures mafia controls this shit, right? We all know the futures mafia's got damn deep pockets. They can buy it up, they can buy it down, they can dump it on us, they can do whatever they want because they are the futures mafia. So it's the only thing, the only reason why I would even peg, and look at how convenient this is, 43.51. Do you know where our empty gap is? Do you know where our empty gap is, anybody? Our empty gap is at 43.91. Right? Our empty gap is at 43.91. So if this thing ran up right here, first of all, I'd giggle my ass off, right? I would giggle my ass off because it would be the futures mafia just taking it out there to close out that damn gap, right? And I would just, it would be hilarious, typical Bitcoin. There's no manipulation here, nothing to see, okay? But if you go all the way back, listen, this is a thing of beauty, right? This chart is a thing of beauty. I'm going to take this baby out to the week. Let me take this puppy out to the week, right? Here is your weekly Gaussian trend, okay? Look at where we are. This thing has called every top and every bottom all the way back, right? Look at that. The weekly top, down. Look at that. Tapped. Top, right? All the way down. Look at that. Look at that. It was like a kiss from a lover. This is when baby bull Jesus was born. Angels sang on this day, people. Angels sang. You could hear them singing. It was a concert. It was a symphony of beauty when baby bull Jesus was born right here. Lambos and strippers were paid, and it was a thing of gorgeousness. And there will be a movie made out of this one day, right? And this was the move. This was the most beautiful move, right? Now, here you go. Came all the way up, and guess what happened? Oh my God. It hit the fucking top, people. It hit the fucking top, right? And then guess what? Here we go. And guess where we're going? Can you guess exactly where we're going? Boy, and this baby keeps dropping. Yeek. 21.43 right now. 21.43. Okay? Now, do I expect a wick out deeper? Yes, I expect a wick out deeper. Do I expect 21 or wherever this damn thing is going to get hit? Because next week, right? Next week, it's going to be lower. It's going to be down to 2K, right? Next week, it's going to be at 2K. Do I expect us to touch this lower freaking trend line? Okay? Do I expect for this to happen? Do you expect for this to happen? You should. I mean, this is gospel. And for those that saying that the bottom is in, amen, Jesus, hallelujah. I come to me so you can repent your sins. Come to the bare God, and I will forgive you sins. Okay? But this baby is going down, and it is going to touch this beautiful white light. And once we get down here, we are finally going to find baby Jesus. And our hearts will be filled with joy in Bitcoin as we rise out of the ashes into the next bull market. For me, the Vamp, and us at Trading Associates, I am out.